Okay, it's time for a progress report. It's been about 2 weeks. We've done a lot of work. I've been out of town a little bit, visiting friends in Seattle and visiting my father's resting place. The memorial engine to my dear father is under repair, as we see right here, but I'm learning a lot, and I expect to bring him back into service. One of the two engines is not working correctly right now, though, so it needs two engines to function. I have made the decision to replace all the legacy switches and therefore all the legacy track. The legacy switches were too much of a reliability issue. So as you see here in the center of the section where the tubular track used to be, there is all fast track and new switches. One of the switches I had to fix, but still it was repairable versus the old legacy switches, which I didn't find to be repairable to any degree. So we're going to do a demonstration of what I've built success. I've got a train turnaround section. I can turn around a train in either direction, go clockwise and counterclockwise around the entire setup. That's what today's demonstration is going to be. You've got the reliable Union Pacific engine. There is one section of the upper curve right here where it will probably derail. Not able to fix that right now. It's just an adjustment. The track is not smooth enough. The grade is not gradual enough. Got my favorite rolling stock connected, and here we go with the beginning of the situation. We're going to be setting some switches so we get out of the I think we're all set for that. We're going to make sure we get out smoothly. We're going to do this demonstration. It'll take about 7 or 8 minutes. We're going to run a train rounding full track without picking up any cars, and clockwise and counterclockwise. So here we start, and the Union Pacific engine begins its journey. Now, this does require switch intervention by me, so it's going to be a little bouncy, a little rough. But as you can see, we are making progress here. And here comes the Union Pacific engine. There are a couple low power spots because track is not connected cleanly. The track is the primary conductor. In some cases, I've intervened with extra power connectors. I've built my own terminal connectors to provide power to weak sections. There's going to be a tweaking process that has to happen in order to make everything smooth and everything run magically. As you see, we've hit a power dead spot here. The Union Pacific engine has no power. And obviously I misset my first turn because that's where I was planning on turning it back into the main part of the track. So we have to figure out what switch is controlling that area. I believe it is this one here. When it's set for green, when it's supposed to be set for red. Now one of the things you're going to get from this demonstration is the obvious need of a control system for the setup, even this level of complexity. If you want to run more than one train through here safely without collisions, some people like collisions, you need a control system. This is pre-control system. I'm committing to slow on my resource investment into this project and not buy anything until February 28th of significant expense. A piece of track here, a piece of track there, it's fine. But this has been a budget buster, and it needs to have a little spending slowdown. just controlling with the transformer. And we make the turn. Alright. So we are now going clockwise. Now we're going to get to our typical turn. And we do derail as expected. I guess I'll make a special video of how to fix a derail spot in a curve. Because it's important when you're doing these strange layouts to be able to correct faults like this. But not today. We're giving it increasing power as it's kind of coming up the hill. And one bad spot in the whole section where you've got problems with derailment. Not bad for an under construction situation. But, you know, we'll have to just see. Already 6 minutes into this video. Boy, am I a talker, huh? See, at work I talk too much. I guess I don't have to be quiet. There was a YouTube video visitor that said we need to explain this and not just make these videos trains moving. I'll do something else with them. So, blame them for my talkativeness. You, my loyal 15 YouTube viewers, were the inspiration you need to start talking. This turn has been reconfigured in order to have not conflict with the area below. There was an issue with this engine brushing up against the bridge abutment, so we restructured them slightly, and we finally made a smooth curve with all the track put together properly into this turn. And there we go. Back down to the main level. So now we're going to figure out which switch controls this turn. And this one appears to be going straight through. That's interesting. All right, this will take us back into the setup. Assuming we want to stay in the setup, which we do, because we want to turn around. We're back into this innermost loop of the setup, layout, whatever you want to call it. We're now going to turn around from clockwise to counterclockwise. In order to do that, we have to control this switch and set up to turn the train around. Quiet beauty of design now. As you see, we go from clockwise to counterclockwise. There is some limit to how long a train can be, but it's not horrible. This engine can haul 10-11 cars easily. So now we have to make sure we're prepared to go back into the main setup. I believe when we reach this switch, we will turn left and back into the main setup. All track appears to be prepared. Passing our rolling stockyard. And watch it go. learn how to use these camera controls better. There should be a way to pause this and decrease the length of the videos. We'll already be over my limit. It used to be a 10-minute limit on YouTube videos. I think that's been lifted though. We're going to find out soon enough. Our control center here. Our switches are everywhere right now. Here's our train on hold in a section that we won't be traversing today. It works. Trust me, it works. And we go up to the top, the exact opposite direction we came down. We have turnaround trains. We are reaching the tweaking stage of this where we just make adjustments, make track fit together properly, things like that. There's some features to put in. I finally bought a train decoupler so that I can disconnect cars from each other without touching the car itself. Every time you reach out and touch a train with your hand, it's the hand of God. It's not realistic according to railroaders. So, as you know, the hand of God had to get this train out of the uphill problem. But, and we make the turn, we go back down, and that's it, folks. Now we're going to see how we traverse downhill. I think this downhill will be fine. Don't know where the problem is down here, but we'll spot it, we'll adjust it, we'll fix it. This curve is just fun. That's it for our progress report. We'll leave the trains running. 12 minutes and 23 seconds, that's all. This setup is a tribute to my dear father, who I know loved me in his own way, who started our family into railroading. Whoops, forgot to set the switch. Alright, that's good enough for today. The train has stopped. Train has stopped. All's good and the train has stopped.